Hello, how y'all doing? It's Pepper Security Guard Stephen T. Stewart, and it's so good to be coming to y'all the land of the living. Guess what? I'm motherfucking dead. Hello, niggas. I'm coming to you all on a very serious note today. I want to come to y'all to talk about the passing of Mr. Couture. I just really wasn't expecting that news last Friday when I woke up. I thought it was a joke. And the whole situation is just sad, man. Like, it's just one of the saddest things I ever heard. Like, you know what? I love Ty. I mean, I actually was in love with him as a person. I respect him on so many different levels as an entrepreneur. I mean, his death hit this YouTube world by storm. None of us was thinking that this was going to happen. As you all know, me and Mr. Couture had some history of, I've been following him since he was with his ex-husband, Corey. I was the one that did the video on Ty Couture, what happened to Mike. In that video, I also talked about Corey. I talked about Mike. This is my personal opinions on the divorce and the separation between both significant others. And Mr. Couture, he didn't like some of the things that I said. And he did a rebuttal video and said some of the things I said were correct and some of them were not. In hindsight, looking back at that video, I do regret the severity of how I didn't take mental illness serious. I thought I took it serious because not only Mike and Corey and Ty and Corey and Ty and Mike was therapeutic to me in my relationship with my boyfriend, because not only did I enjoy the commentary, but I was living the same life. I was Corey, I was Mike. I was in a relationship with my ex who was exactly like Ty. It was therapeutic for both of us to watch because we were trying to look to see what to do, what not to do. I never knew anything about triggers. A lot of my videos I always say, and this doesn't even have anything to even do with Ty. I always say, people are from Oz, they have autism. I don't know if they got bipolar, paranoid schizophrenia, ADHD, and I hate that verbiage that I use because I feel as though it was an insult to the mental illness and to the community of people that have to deal with that. I just hate that baby took his life. I hate it because I've never suffered with mental illness. My father is bipolar. I know what it's like to deal with people that have mental illnesses. Not only is my father bipolar, but my little one has ODD and light case of autism. My significant other had PTSD, and I had two other boyfriends that have had some type of behavior deficiency or mental illness. So it's not foreign for me to deal with a person that knows some severities, but I think even with me having a history of dealing with it within my family, I never had anybody in my family that tried, that had suicidal aviation. I think I'm saying it right, aviation. And I hate that I didn't take it as serious as I thought it may would be. Sometimes with people with mental illness, or people that suffer from personality deficiency, you try to separate sometimes what part of it can they help and what part can they not help. Like I said, I was Corey, I was Mike, and I've seen myself also in Ty, even without any of the mental illness being involved. Ty was a symbol of who I was afraid to become. Sometimes you look at people and you become critical. They are a mirror image of who you are as a person. And I had to take a deeper look on a deeper level. I'm telling you, when the last video that Mike and Ty made, I think that's what kind of ushered me to make my video on what happened to Ty and Mike, because I knew they was at that breaking point. No, no shade. I'll be honest with you. I knew that was going to end up being me and my boyfriend another couple of months, and it was. Um, but you just never know the severity of that type of situation until it happens. You know, my heart has been heavy. I thought about this more than I actually thought I would. I actually cried the other day when I was at work because it just hurt me so bad that that baby took his life, and the way he took his, I'm not gonna get into that because it's still allegedly, but I did have an inkling on how he took his life, but sometimes you wonder, is it really getting that bad for people? You feel bad because I was with a man and I was seeing him die mentally right before my eyes compared to when I knew him. And I tell people, when you be with somebody that's suffering with PTSD and anxiety, which is what my significant other suffered from, not only is the person going through it, but the person in the relationship is going through it with them. You know what I'm saying? And it becomes very disheartening because you know sometimes it ain't nothing that you can do to help them. You know, it's really nothing that you can do to make them feel happier. It's a mental disease. It's very clinical, you know. And me and Really Bitch, who was also one of your YouTube faves, we went out to lunch when she came into Greensboro a couple of months ago, and we were talking about Ty, and I think that's when I reached out to him. I said, well, sent a picture of me and Really Bitch to Ty, and I said, well, we had so much great things to say about you. When we had dinner, I said, I want to let you know that I do respect you as a person and as an entrepreneur and as a blogger. I said, and I hope that we can meet. And he said, yes, Steph. He said, I really would like to meet you. He said, because you probably be somebody I probably really would like to hang with. And that was the last conversation we had. And you know, Ty was responsible for me wearing this shirt tonight. It was dedicated to Ty because I know he liked mesh, he liked fishnet. He was one of the reasons why I started wearing fishnet and mesh. He was the reason why I started a group called Fit Boys Rock, because Ty was the first man I ever seen of his nature to show that he had a love for thicker men. At the time, my weight has always gone up and down. There's been times in my life I've been obese. There's been times in my life I've been unhealthily skinny, anorexic, bulimic, and there's been times that I'm just kind of thick the way I am right now. And I had never seen a man who publicly said that they like thick or big men. And that's even before I met my ex. So it inspired me to create a group on Facebook now called Thick Boys Rock. If any of you men that are gay and on the thicker side, or you might be a skinny guy that have thicker portions on your body, consider yourself thick. No matter how small I am, I always consider myself to be thick. Please add yourself to our group. We are a group that encourage healthy sex and big boy love and sexiness. And you can be happy and comfortable in my group to express your body or whatever's on your mind to express. And it was because of him that I created that group, because I said, well, dog, I said, if he loves thick men, I said, it's probably a whole lot of other guys out here that do. And I never had a problem attracting anybody, but I just never heard nobody publicly out loud say, I like thick men, I like big guys, big black guys. And Corey was a bigger, dark-skinned, chocolate, beautiful man. And now my group has reached almost 8,000 members. And because I was blocked off Facebook, you know, I'm always running my mouth. I got shit to say. Hello. I've been blocked for 16 days, and when he died, I told a couple of the moderators, I said, can you please put Ty's picture up there and let everybody know that this man was responsible for me making a group that they have loved for the past almost 4 years. And it made me reach out to my ex. Me and my ex, it was a year come this month we've been broke up, and I haven't talked to him because sometimes I did some fucked up shit, you know. And I had to reach out to him because I said, you know, I said, Ty passed. I said, no matter how hard things get, please don't ever get in a dark space to the point that you feel like you can't reach out to me and call me for anything, even though, you know, shit was fucked up We both had fucked up shit on our part that we did during the relationship, in different ways. And I said, you can even reach out to my family, and I don't even have to be involved, but that's better than somebody calling me, telling me that you committed suicide, because it's not nothing that I really want to hear. And it's just imagine that he was by himself when he committed suicide like that. That he was by himself when that happened. And it's just the saddest thing I heard all week long. Like every time I see a video about it, this shit hurts my heart. Um, it weighs heavy on me. Like I think about the shit every day since Ty died. We was not the best of friends. We did have an occasional. We had a on the phone conversation when I reached out to him, told me that me and Really Bitch was one of his favorite and one of his subscribers. We had lunch, but man, it was just like, did this guy really change the blog and the commentary world for gay black people? And I feel like everybody really needs to give him his props and give him his respect, because without him, a lot of people like Armand Wiggins, Monroe, even Tasha K, him and T.S. Madison was one of the first ones that was doing it. James, people that I look up to, and he never knew he was my mentor on the low. I consider Ty Couture to be a mentor because I love how he polished everything, was polished. Y'all know I never come to y'all fixed up like this because I'm always at work all the time. So me fixing up was to salute Ty. Me wearing this mesh shirt was to salute Ty. And I just feel bad, man. And like I told my ex, I said, please don't ever let me get this phone call because my heart will not be able to take it. It would would break my heart, man. It broke my heart just hearing about Ty and what happened. And the guy really big. So he just wanted to be loved. He wanted unconditional love. He wanted somebody to love him at his worst and when he was at his best and had the patience to deal with him. But I would tell you this. Being in a relationship with somebody that has any type of disorder is hard. I've been through it. It's hard. And it's not their fault, but it's hard to deal with. Especially when you're a person that's mildly happy all the time. When you're not a person that's traditionally upset, but you have to be there for your partner that's having these challenges, and that shit can rub off on you unconsciously. I gained like 40 pounds because I was so stressed out being with my ex at times, and he couldn't help it. But just seeing a man have everything and losing his car, almost losing his apartment, having to help him out, seeing one lose shit, having to pick up the pieces, that shit is hard. Oh my God, it's hard. People don't know. You can criticize Corey, you can criticize Mike, you can criticize me, but when you with somebody going through that shit, it is rough. Oh my God, it's rough. And I knew my ex was not gonna reach out to me, back to me, because I know how he is. And I just wanted to say, at least I did try. At least I did extend the olive branch of hospitality and salutations, because I don't want to die saying him to die knowing that I didn't try to do my very best, or that I didn't try to give it my all. That I didn't try to be better than who I was yesterday. And mental illness is very prevalent in the black community. It's very prevalent in the black gay community because these people don't feel accepted. I know what it's like not to be accepted by people. That shit hurts. I always been accepted by my family, but I've been in situations where friends, jobs didn't accept me. They looked at me like I was indifferent. That shit can haunt you for the rest of your life. Everybody's been through something where they did not feel accepted by other people. And it's hurtful. This shit is hurting. And if you're not strong, the enemy will control your mind and weigh you down. And that baby lost the fight. Damn. He gave up. That man was being tortured by his mind. And I've seen it. I've seen that shit in front of my face. When you see a man that you met was strong and mighty, and he's withering away slowly but surely, man. Like, it's the most volatile, the most scariest thing you can see. And I can imagine him going through it along with his partners, his family, like, and then sometimes there ain't nothing you can do. It's just not. I just try to make my ex laugh. I try to give him his favorite foods. It stems past that. A lot goes along with not being accepted, childhood trauma, unresolved issues with your parents, could be siblings, grandparents, fathers, uncles, aunts, nieces, nephews. You just don't know. And them type of people, you have to be careful about what you say. Like my ex, you could not say anything to him. Like one of my female friends said, she said, I miss him. She said, but at times we had to be on pins and needles because you don't know what's the trigger. People have different triggers, man, and them triggers is serious because what's simple to you is a very hard trigger for somebody else. And I felt bad because of the video, and then I, since he died, I guess everything with his name is resurfacing back on YouTube in the thread. And I contacted really bitch. I talked to Royal Catch. I said, I just feel so bad. I just don't know what to do. I feel so bad. And they all told me, they said, Stephen, don't feel bad. I said, but I feel bad because he's not here no more. What is it? Something that I said, something that played a part in it. And I never meant nothing that way. I just never did. I was just, the people, giving the people what they wanted, but you still have to be mindful that what you say hurts people no matter how insignificant you think it is. It can be something really major for somebody else. And you have to be responsible with that shit, man. Really, you do. Because at the end of the day, these people that's in different profiles and levels in life, they are still human. And they hurt. Oprah and Anna Van Zandt already told y'all we spend a lifetime getting over childhood issues. The shit is real. And it's really nothing probably nobody could have did because I've had a friend that committed suicide. And they don't let nobody know they gonna do it. Ain't no indication they gonna do it. They be smiling 5 minutes later. In the next 5 minutes, it's like they gone. And it's baffling, man, but I'm just like, damn, Ty, fuck. Damn. I used to be like, damn, did it have to go out quite like that? Man. It hurts my heart, man, that beautiful brother had to go out like that. It's just, because for one thing, his lifestyle is lonely. I know what it's like since I've been without my ex. It's been lonely. I've had people that want to date me, but when you love somebody, your heart is with them. It's hard to love somebody else. I don't know if he was still in love with Corey or not. I don't know if he was still mourning the loss of not being with Mike. You never know if, he's seen the videos of Mike and his new lover. That shit affects people, but Mike had to go on with his life. He had to. He had to keep on doing what, this is like therapy talking to y'all. Mike talked to y'all is therapy. When Ty was talking to y'all, it was therapy. I think that was the one indication that things were going south when he stopped doing videos. That's therapy. When we talk to y'all, that's our therapy. We're getting that shit off our chest and we're giving it to y'all. And even though y'all are getting amusement, excitement off us getting off our steam and stress and pouring it on y'all, and if it can make anybody happy, then I'm happy for it. But I just hate that baby lost the fight. I am, because he was a beautiful person, very smart, very talented. Just that I don't think he was built to deal with social media. He had the talent, he had the smarts, he had the charisma, but so far as dealing with people socially and constructive criticism and negative criticism, this shit was eating him up. It really was. It's the truth. Tell the truth, shame the devil. He could not take that comment section. And I don't think that was the entirety of it. It played a part. My video played a part. His breakups played a part. And it's just bad that, oh God, it's just bad that it's that way. I was really debating on doing this video. I was like, I'm just not gonna do it. The devil just be busy. You just don't want to do it. You're scared to do it. You know, people gonna cuss you out, nail you to the cross. You just don't really know sometimes. It's very scary. Because especially you feel like you ain't been our person that you could be to an individual. You just feel like, shit just ain't right. But Ty, I hope he got some peace now. I don't know what the afterlife holds. But I hope he has some peace, that he's not in chaos anymore in his mind mentally. And I miss him. God knows I will miss that man. I miss him. I liked his videos. They were good. He had a lot of great ones. He had a lot of good ones, and I just that shit went out like that. Goddamn, I do. I just hate it. Y'all be good people this lifetime. That's what I tell y'all every year, because I mean that shit. You got to be real careful, because you never know when it's going to be the last time. One day the first shall be last, and the last shall be first. Hello. Love, peace, and soul, y'all.